Happy Monday and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Gooncast. Live from McDizzle Gaming Studios Incorporated, LLC, Enterprise Limited. All that stuff. I hope you're doing well and your Monday's going good. Mine's going decent as a Monday can go. But we got a number of things to talk about. The purpose of this, call it a podcast, little live news thing, is there's a lot of news out there that isn't covered or isn't really touched on that some people might find interesting. I find it interesting, maybe you will. The things we are going to cover today is talking about the Em8er backer complaints, and we'll review those. Stalker 2 reception, AndyPants Gaming and his lies about Red Dead 2, and this one's interesting, the Great Rebellion developers go over the act, man, and some more stuff. What's up, Luke? And Nasmer, if you're still kicking around, how you doing? And Mr. I don't want to butcher your name, is Rashiche? I may be butchering it, but Gooning. I'm doing good, Cotton. How you doing, man? Played a bunch of Stalker today. Did some money glitches in Stalker. Easy money glitches, Luke. Super easy. A little harder on controller though. I've been doing it on mouse and keyboard, but you know I don't want to be too bad with it. So we'll get started. I thought a good place to start would be talking about the Em8er complaints. So let's bring up Em8er. This is, thank you. The hair's getting a little crazy. Let me make sure. Hold on. I've got to get rid of the Gooncast logo, and we're in the Em8er Discord right now. Maybe we should message Grummz. But this is the complaint channel. So I wanted to review Sid Alpha's complaints, as well as some other ones that were really interesting. They're pretty wild to read. The Gooncast! Come on, Descendos, it's pretty good. It's like that movie, like Goon, right? Same thing. Better earn some royalties for the Gooncast. Told me about the gooning. I was like, what's gooning? I'm like, oh no. Oh no, that's what it is. So, Em8er complaints. Grummz created this channel. I thought so too, Luke. I thought so too. You can split my 75 cents that we'll get from. No, I'm just kidding. I know ad revenue is not much on live streams, but that's alright. We're having fun. So, let's go up a little bit here. There's so much. Okay. We'll start, I guess. Look how much. This is like less than a month ago. We'll start after he purged his Discord. Hey, Goro. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Aaron, good dude who was a backer of the project for some years. He got kicked out of the Discord. Well, we're doing a few different things. We're going over the complaints channel in Discord, and covering some additional gaming news. Game developer going after the Act Man. AndyPants, YouTuber, really going after Rockstar and Red Dead, and there's plenty of reasons to go after Rockstar. I've done that a number of times myself, but it should be based in reality. I know, right, Nasberg? Banned for complaining in the complaints department. So I remember there's a chief chat. I have the audio files for it where he talked to this gentleman, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna do better. We're turning things around." Grummz also committed to updating his No 0 Days channel. We'll come back to that. Last update? November 1st. Maybe one update this month. So if we go back here. Not a grifter if it walks and talks like a duck. This one's quite thoughtful. It makes sense because by his own admission, he doesn't work on the project every single day, which he said he was going to, but whatever. But does lend a justification not to post. And he keeps setting expectations about video updates, chief chats, emails. I don't think there's been a chief chat this month. Yeah, it's really banning longtime supporters. I mean, he's already dead in the water with this because games are a pretty apolitical thing. Once someone takes like a blatant political stand, or it's going to be hard to get, you know, to move past that, because the first thing they're going to see is Grummz, not a great game developer. They're going to see, you know, 8 years and 600 grand and counting to not finish a demo. So these were all the things that tried and just nothing stuck. The perceived lack of commitment. It's the same thing. High periods of activity and then silence. And it only happens when he gets called out. All 0 days updates. I know, right? Yeah, and then he'll freak out. You know, they'll have a meltdown if they ban someone. Free speech. What else we got here? Can you kill what really hasn't been born? Here's a cool timeline. This guy put a lot of time and effort in getting this off the ground. He wants to get the game. I get it. That's a far way off, though. If a demo is a far way off, a game itself is post-retirement for Grummz. Let's see what else we got here. But I'm angry, a nudge, a simple nudge. He's not even acknowledging these at all. No other Firefall game. Here, we'll jump around for a sec. This guy right here, Nexus Drop, is making essentially the same game as Mark. They're both spiritual successors to Firefall. And this guy's first trailer scene, I haven't seen this. This is like pretty new. Hold on, let's watch this guy's thing. Because this guy's done this in less than 2 years with no money. More than, in my opinion, than Mark has done in 8 years with a lot of money. Hold on, let me just fix my audios up here. Whoops! Sorry guys, I'm dense. I turned off my mic there for a sec. I appreciate the super chat is what I was mentioning. 1 second, folks. I've got my dog. One moment here. Bless his heart. Okay, we're back. But yeah, Danielizer, I'll check out your video on AndyPants. Looking forward to it. Appreciate the super chat. So he's making a trailer without any backers. He's come in, set up the work to do the marketing for him. Mic absolutely muted itself. It wasn't me. Like Shaggy. No, definitely wasn't me. I don't do this a whole lot, so it's a lot of like little navigation. We'll get back to the complaints. Where were we? Amber. This guy's sub expired, and well, he's not resubbing, it looks. Turning into a series, maybe. We'll see how it goes. It's going pretty good so far. I'm digging it. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I got some coffee. I have a lightsaber in the back that's, well, pretty dim. Make sure to smash that like button if you're just joining, by the way. Over 40 Twitter posts. And boys, if I was a backer, here's what would get me. 1 second here. I'm going to bring it up. So every morning I notice Grummz is doing this. So if I had a bunch of people paying me money each month, or some of them have subscribed for a year, I would be mad if I saw this every morning. Like, Grummz has a good morning message. Like, whether it's good morning non-binary is like a term for like not buying games. Hey, we'll do a co-gooner for $1 an episode. Yeah, Ember's gonna be, well, not a whole lot, I don't think. We'll see, though. We'll see. You know, what happens in the next 10 to 20 years. And these were some of his biggest supporters. I don't think he has many large supporters within the game. Dude's a smooth talker. Oh yeah, definitely plays Twitter. Feels like Mark is getting tired of trying to make it seem like he's working on a game. You got 600K. This is the bad one. Absent for 2 years doing nothing. Yeah, they do pay him to tweet. He would get paid something. It does not take 13 days to texture a swarmer. It's been like 20 something. His last 0 days, he's been in the trenches. 6 hours straight on the swarmer. It's kind of like, excuse me. It's kind of like if you watch The Office. There's an episode with Creed, and he's the quality guy, and something goes wrong in one of the paper factories, and he's like, I'm supposed to do this thing every week, and the 1 year that I forgot, it all went to hell. That's the vibe it gives me. I'm supposed to work on my game like every day, and you know, the couple years I didn't, it just went to hell. So let's take some more look at the complaints. You can probably texture it badly in a few hours, yeah? Honestly, anyone with some skills. The thing is, making a big game is so multi-disciplined. What he's hoping is just to get enough to get the demo, and then he's gonna do his own fundraising, and try to get millions. And that's gonna be his retirement. There could be, yeah. That's one reason he doesn't talk about it a lot. I mean, look who the CEO of his company is. A 78-year-old woman. Who is also, I'm pretty sure, is alt on Discord. As well as his alt on Twitter. Nice. Blender's a cool program. You can do so much with that. Yeah. His passion lies in information, not production. Talking to a guy who tagged the whole server to show off the stuff he made 3 years prior. If there were meaningful progress being made, you find it hard to believe he's hiding it. Man, they're pissed. That's absolutely, Nasmer. That's huge. In 2016, he had a tax lien put on his house, and then 6 months later, he did the first Indiegogo for Ember. to create a website and forums, because that's the first thing you need to do when you make a game. It's a website and forums. That's the first thing you want to do if you want to sell something to someone. What's this one? Meeting completely self-imposed standards would be a good start, at least for the bare minimum. Like how it's been pointed out how many times promises have been made about no 0 days that weren't kept. Or how many times over the years have the Kickstarter been coming this year, nowhere to be found. Oof. Can only backers get in the Discord? No, not at all. Y'all want the link? Hold on. I got yous. Join the fun. I don't say anything. I did by accident once, though, getting my Discords mixed up, and they just deleted it. Absolutely casual. Yeah, same. I don't really know much about the child support stuff anyway. I know the tax lien stuff and the timing is super interesting. Ember's gonna win Game of the Year in 2069. A couple generations down from Mark Kern. Mark Kern the third. You know, Mark Grummz Kern. Maybe they'll maybe it'll be out by then, but I don't know. I don't think so. Like, it's designed for easy kudos. He could make everyone look pretty stupid. And he tried to. Wait till we get to Sid Alpha's argument with him. You were absolutely banned? Yeah. Roadmap would be nice. I'll zoom in for y'all, because I know... Well, it doesn't let me zoom in. Here's his trend. Post for a week to no 0 days. Release a build of something. Post on Twitter. Hot production for weeks or months. While outperforming on social media, and then repeat. You got me. I've been played. So glad I canceled my sub. This was a loyal backer months ago. They just made up this channel to separate the undesirables. Okay, the Sid Alpha stuff. Hold on. I must be missing it. It must have been earlier. There's so many complaints. Oh, here we go. They better not have deleted his stuff. What? Did they delete all of Sid? Oh, man. Hold on. Maybe I'm missing it. Okay, cool. Okay, they were going back and forth in the main chat. That got deleted. I do know that. One thing I'll post here, because he said complaints here. He talked to Grummz, and Grummz said, look at what we'll do in 45 days. And then he's like, Leeway, prior to beginning an investigation into you and your development of Em8er under the suspicions of fraud, malfeasance, deception, and engaging in a potential scam. Was there any development released during that time? I've asked you publicly and privately, so I'll ask you again. This is a guy who's like, I like Grummz, I don't want to do this. From July 22nd to September 5th, nothing happened. He's like, those are very harsh accusations. We've been very active the last 2 weeks. When was this? The beginning of October. Very active the last 2 weeks. What about the last, like, 24 days? Nasper says, the thing that banned me was I said I had zero faith in the project. The only reason I was there to observe the updates, and then booted. Yeah, casualties. I think, 2198 might be pushing it too. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Sean. And I appreciate y'all. This is not my first time doing this, but I don't do this a lot with live streams. I'm usually just playing a game. So it is a little bit different. So I appreciate y'all. Try not to forget things like putting my mic back on. He's like, I don't recall asking time view. Unfortunately, not much happened, which is why we're doing a lot of updates the last 2 weeks to give each other a fresh start. Maintain your skepticism. Made no accusations. 3 months ago, he asked for 45 days. He's like, sorry that you feel like dropping builds and daily updates are not facts, yo. What daily updates? You mean those 2 weeks you did them? And then Grummz is like, not sure what else I can do. I mean, it's so easy to do, like, the no 0 days thing. Yeah, I know, right, Vincent? I gotta get good. I mean, it's a no-brainer and an easy way to make people happy. What is up, Grizzly? Long time no talk, buddy. How you doing? So that's a little bit of the Grummz stuff that we got going on. I'm working on another video. I've been trying to contact ENG Kern, and I'm not having much luck. I'm just getting numbers non-service. But I'm not contacting Mark's mom. I'm contacting the CEO of Grummz Labs. So it's kind of like I have such mixed feelings of it. So if I go like look up Grummz Labs, which is the company that owns Em8er. See if I can find it here. I'm just looking at my other screen. You can get to it on LinkedIn. But yeah, this is the company that owns Em8er. And the CEO of Grummz Labs is ENG Kern. Would I interview Grummz if he, or ENG Kern or Grummz? Absolutely. 100% Nasmer, and that's like anything they could show, right? Like any semblance of work. Awesome. We'll come back to some Grummz stuff. We got some more Grummz things, but a little change of pace. We'll mix it up. Let's talk about the Act Man. Not necessarily the Act Man, but a game called The Great Rebellion went after him. And I'm like, and don't worry, we'll come back to some Grummz news. But I wanted to talk about this because this is odd. Hey, did I hit 6K? Woo! 6,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I haven't even been watching. I know it was getting close. I'm okay with the Act Man too. Nothing wrong with the Act Man. So because the Act Man made a video about Dragon's Age. Okay, where... There it is, yeah. How to destroy Dragon's Age. He didn't have a good time with it. He made a video on it. And they're like, the game itself is so now Act Man is getting into it. If dude had perfected always going with the flow and somehow pretending to be edgy in the most conformist way possible, a lot of people didn't like this game. It has nothing to do with any agenda or anything like that. Act Man's like, you people can't be real. He's complaining about games we complain about. He's like, they're like, yes, actually, this is correct. Realized our position is now safe. So what is their position? And I looked a little bit about the Great Rebellion. I'm like, okay, it's banned in Germany. I mean, not like that might mean a whole lot. Let's see here. Oh, we see some things about, you know, European heroes. I mean, nothing wrong with having some pride. Apparently, it has some white supremacy themes, and the only thing I could really that made my eyebrows kind of go, huh? Their most recent DLC is called the Stone Toss DLC. And it has to do with, if I'm not mistaken, this person. So I don't know much about them, but if you're in the peripherals of neo-Nazism and stuff, it's best to stay away. Like I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. At least not old-fashioned like the 40s, but more old-fashioned like the 50s in that way. I think Nazis are bad. I think white supremacy is not a great thing. Sue me. Exactly, Nasmer. He probably critiqued the bad writing and dialogue mechanics, not the woke DEI. Yeah. People seem to like whatever this is. But I just found that wild. The Great Rebellion is so problematic that even some of the anti-wokes don't fuck with it. Yeah, Goro? It looks odd. Like, you know, without kind of having, like, the minute details to really understand. Like, because I like to get real precise. But I get a weird feeling looking at it. And you know, reviewing the DLC and where that's from. The Great Rebellion is DEI free on DEI Discord. It's so funny. Being like, we don't want politics in our games, but we're going to put a game in there with an extreme amount of politics. It might as well be called Alex Jones NWO Wars or some shit. The game isn't good from what you saw? Yeah. I mean, it has good reviews, but is that for the gameplay? Is like someone who just, a normal person that likes video games and like, oh, what is this white power title? Let me get in touch with my European heritage. It reminds me of my stepdad. He was devastated when he got his genealogy results back. He thought he was Scottish and he thought he was Irish and he was Scottish the whole time. I mean, I don't know. What else we got here? Casualties. Until he releases the demo, can't take anything he says seriously. Keep in mind the demo started around the same time as Starfield. Yeah! I mean, the development of Em8er started in 2016. Like, the seeds of raising money for it anyway, so... Obama was still in office. Which is wild. Keep politics over a game. Oh my god, Stone Toss DLC is so based. Yeah, but you start playing games that are like... What was I playing on Steam, the demo? It was like, it was a Palestinian game, but it was wild. And yeah. Yeah, don't be doing that. Ooh. So yeah, it's the Great Rebellion. And the thing is, games are creative pieces, like movies and books. They're gonna have influences from people's perspectives. Kuma says, you think he started following Grummz back then, but they started getting like this? Yeah. And, you know, he makes a compelling case to some gamers in advocating. Who wouldn't want someone to advocate for better games? But that isn't the outcome that he's really trying to get to, because I don't think he's as skilled in the discipline as he'd like to think he is. You know, he's living on past glory. He has like even in his Twitter bio, which I can see now. Let's see here. If I go to Grumm's Twitter bio, CEO and designer. What are you the CEO of? It's not Crixel Labs. I think that's your mama. You were a CEO, but it's been 10 years. He wasn't even the CEO of MEK. He was one of the founders. It's very edgy with the creator of their own S. Yeah. He has Em8er leading there now after I put that in, but yeah, CEO. This is a way to try to build some credibility, because you know, average Twitter user would see that and be like, well, Mark Kern, he's a CEO. He's a brilliant man. He believes the same things that I do. I must be brilliant too. Don't know if they're thinking that, but it makes it, you know, build some credibility for him. You like to get Pirate Software's opinion on him. They would have been in Blizzard at the same time, but doubt he talk about it. He doesn't talk politics. Yeah, that's fair. Jason Schreier wrote a book, didn't he, about Blizzard? And if I'm not mistaken, someone asked about Grummz and no one said a word about him. Is it because he wasn't that important? Like, I don't want to diminish his own accomplishments. What he did do, he was a team lead for World of Warcraft, StarCraft. That's a job. But I've heard that be reached to being like the creator of World of Warcraft and the creator of StarCraft, and I think that's just kind of wild. So that's a little bit around, you know, some Grummz stuff, some Great Rebellion stuff. It takes 5 seconds to realize he's gullible. He'll legit fall for anything. Yeah, like the NDA stuff. Oh man, people were pissed. Did you see Colin Moriarty go after him? That was pretty hilarious. Here, we got something here. So, speaking of gullible right-wing grifters, the Rockstar AndyPants situation. And when I say Rockstar AndyPants situation, AndyPants put out a video, and you know, we'll put it on. We'll talk about it, about GTA 6 being woke. And I think you can make an argument that GTA 6 will be different than its predecessors. Will it be woke? I think that would be a big stretch for anyone to say that. Based on what we know at this point, no evidence. But then, and that's all good, you know, make your points, whatever. But they started posting really disingenuous things about, like, the women that worked at Rockstar. Like, posting pictures from International Women's Day and being like, these are the people that are making GTA. Sure, but, like, what are you trying to frame? And then the goalpost moves being like, yeah, they just work in places like HR. Or, also another one, which is, here, we'll just bring it up here. I have it right here. The staff working on GTA 6. He got community noted pretty quick. And then what was he posting after that? More of that. Everyone mauling about it over his post. Women work at Rockstar, but they're likely in irrelevant positions such as HR. And he's saying, like, these are the men. He was posting on other things that, like, these are the men that made Red Dead Redemption 2. I know, right? What a joker. That's what actually made me make the recent video on him. He's a really bad creator. I'm very convinced he just wants money. It's only very dumb people fall for his game. Absolutely. And there's a lot of dumb people, though. Like, if I go to his channel here. And he's got 184,000 subscribers. I mean, his GTA video is 137,000 views. Nothing wrong with that. So there's a lot of... He doesn't overestimate the intelligence of his audience. Yeah, HR is kind of important, Goro. Like, look at this. Gay and retarded. I don't say those words a whole lot. I'm just saying them verbatim. I mean, I say gay. Gay, 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 gay. Be gay. Gay, black, and disabled. I think he uses the same thumbnail. Gay, black, and disabled. Is this like a fetishization thing? Oh, there's the woke act, man. Pussification. And part of that is, you know, thumbnails that capture attention. Call them clickbaity, but you know, they work. Here, let's we'll put this on here. But we'll react to it so it's well within fair use. Because Andy likes doing copyright strikes. Okay, we got desktop audio on.
We got determination. Like, and if we set our sights on something, you better believe it's happening.
We always felt like our content was all about entertainment.
As I combed over every detail of the GTA 6 trailer, I noticed they have no problem stereotyping and poking fun at black people. They have no problem stereotyping and poking fun at white people. But did you notice a suspicious absence of them making fun of the LGHDTV community?
Like, for one, I've watched that trailer myself an embarrassingly amount of times. Way too many times. Nowhere in that trailer are they actually making fun of anyone based on a race. They're making fun of people from Florida. There's a lot of satire from the woman with the hammer. You know, real life things that have happened, whether that's in Florida or not. But, you know, Florida man is an easy thing to satire, and that's what they're doing. I didn't see them making fun of black people. I didn't see them making fun of... Who else did he say they made fun of? Stereotyping white people? No, these are from real things. These aren't even stereotypes. Like, if you take a look at each of these kind of clips, including the lady twerking on the car, those are all based on real things that have happened. So I don't know what
stereotyping and poking fun at white people. Like, but did you notice a suspicious absence of them making fun of the LGHDTV community? really know anything at all about GTA 6 outside of the trailer, but I have watched closely where
Hasn't done
Rockstar
one
is
game
headed
review?
based on
Yeah.
their hiring. I've watched closely things they've been removing from games. I've watched Dan Houser's comments closely, and I honestly don't.
So I did a recent video on this. All three of those points are pretty moot. He advertises a game here, like a super anti-woke game too. Yeah, apparently it's hypocritical if they make fun of gay people. Like, if I just go to the end of his video, this is kind of a summary. This just came across like mean-spirited. If these people need to be mocked, if Rockstar doesn't, who will? And to do that under the guise of Christianity, at the end of one of his recent videos, he's like, I'm trying to get, some guys together for Bible study. And I'm like, I mean, you do you, man, but hiding behind, like, Christianity while being so terrible, it's like every motherfucker on Twitter that has a cross in their bio turns out to be, like, one of the worst people, some of the worst people I've ever, like, seen type anything. I'm not saying everyone's like that. You're not even a GTA fan, but it's pretty standard GTA fanfare. Didn't see any stereotypes? Absolutely. Will GTA be different than its predecessor? Absolutely. It's going to have the first female protagonist, which I'm sure is going to upset some folks. Rockstar is a different company now. After Dan Houser said in 2018 that, we worked 100-hour work weeks, the gaming industry was like, whoa. And Rockstar changed a lot. Do I think that's going to change the product? Not really. They still have Sam Houser at the helm. That is his baby. As well, Take-Two is a greedy company, and they will do whatever it takes to take as much money from people as they possibly can. But yeah, he made, like, the points that he made. He talked about how he watched Dan Houser's comments. Dan Houser in 2018, all he said was, yeah, if this comes out in a Trump presidency, it's going to be so polarizing. Everything's satire. The left, the right, and move so quickly. And that's all Dan Houser said. It had nothing about wokeness. Girl says, why should they be mocked? So you can feel good. Christians, kind Christians don't like mocking other groups. This is coming from an atheist. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I went to Bible camp all growing up, and I was a Bible camp counselor. I think spirituality is a pretty complicated thing. To ask someone who's been in this earth some dozens of years to figure out millions of years of existence can be kind of challenging. But my experience has always been like, kind people. If you're really concerned for someone, be kind to them. Don't yell, repent, and then block them. That's what I see on Twitter a lot towards me. The woke right. Yeah, Rosary Warrior John Trent. He's quite the guy. That's where a lot of this anti-woke content comes from. Not necessarily from AndyPants, but John F. Trent works around various news sites, has his own right now, Fandom Pulse. So if you see that come up, that's where that's coming from. You get ready for bed? You missed a lot. Oh, we did some Grummz stuff. We reviewed AndyPants Gaming's video, as well as, some of the stuff. He was trying to say these 12 guys made Red Dead 2. Not like the 2,000 people that actually worked on it, which is pretty wild. What else do we got here? So we talked about some Grummz. We talked about some AndyPants. But yeah, my interactions with AndyPants were kind of funny. Hold on, where can I find them? He deleted his posts, actually, or some of them. He's getting community noted like crazy. Yeah, because I said to him, he's like, does it make sense now? I'm like, does it make sense that Rockstar brought their female employees out for a picture? You want to frame it as all women working at Rockstar? It's like, these are the people making GTA 6 still true. And I asked him, do you expect to have 2,000 dudes making the game? He said yes. I don't know what was hidden here, but he said yes. like a weirdo. Yeah. Exactly. Look, imagine 12 people. Just a small indie studio put together Red Dead 2 in 6 months. It was part of a game jam people were doing. Imagine that. But yeah, he definitely got community noted for that. I did a recent video. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, certainly feel free to. And kind of funny today, Mr. John, how you doing, buddy? Happy Monday to you. Happy almost December. I gotta get a job, man. But what do we got here? So we have AndyPants. We talked a bit about him. I want to talk about Stalker 2. Has anyone been playing that? Exactly, Goro. 39% of them are women. And again, I think it's still a very top-down company. I don't think that's going to change. I think Sam Hauser still runs the show. 100% I think he does. Awesome. But yeah, to talk about Stalker 2 a little bit, I've been playing it like mad. And I've been wondering what the reception's been. And it has seemed very positive. So I'll bring up some. And I'm wondering, it's the thing that makes it interesting to talk about is that the game's broken as sin. Like, it really is. It is broken. It's glitchy. You're enjoying Stalker 2, but the fact that they're parallel after a huge system from older games. Bub Joe, what's the system, Luke? As I never played the older games. So you don't see how this is a problem because you notice the game, if the game turns out to be good. There are women that worked on Stellar Blade and Black Myth. Absolutely, because this is just for people to write their own fan fiction. Oh shit, John, I haven't. I've barely been on the Facebook. So, I'll take a gander at it. It's been a busy couple days. I did see that you messaged, though, and I meant to go back to it. But I miss you, man. Oh, Mr. John seen McDizzle in the flesh many times. We had a wrestling match one New Year's Eve, didn't we? We had a good wrestling match. No, I know John in real life. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Stalker, yeah. Broken as sin. Oh, nice. So it features some criticism. I will check it out. The character designer from Bayonetta is a woman. The criticism of gaming used to be ready when... Yeah. Imagine saying that. I remember that match. I wouldn't want to do it now. It would hurt. But I also remembered you ended the streak. Yep. Razor Ramon. Exactly. Women working in gaming in the 90s isn't new. There's a series on Netflix on video games. I forget what it's called, but it's like a good little 5 or 6 episode series kind of going through the history of gaming, and it talks about like the women that worked in gaming in the 80s and things like that. But yeah, Stalker 2 is exceptional. I can't get it out of my head. I don't know what's going on really. But I don't think I played something that's broken. Just in my on my apartment, in my apartment floor. I landed the McDizzle Corona, and it was all over. But it's not going to be nominated for Game of the Year because it came out a little bit later. But the reception has been polarizing, with some people saying that there's no excuse for an unoptimized game to be released. You know, you could argue that it is in a war zone. And, you know, it's a miracle it released at all because it was in development. And when I say development, it wasn't in development the whole time, but it was in stop and start development for a period of time. Like 10 years or something like that. The Gooner Doomer. That'd be a great finishing move. But they are putting updates out. I don't know if the update actually came out. It must have. But it's been out there for about a week. I'd argue it's probably one of the best games of the year. There may have been some alcohol involved that night. I think there was. Hasn't been broken other than enemy spawns. Yeah. The only thing I have going on is I have a quest marker that won't go away. Like, the quests are progressing, but I still have a main mission that is like, get out of the emission. Like, that's way far off. Like, and I already did it where there was a storm coming. And what happened? Yeah, I had to run into the building. I did that, left, did my business, but the marker never went away. Yeah, thank you, John. Love you too, man. Love you too. Love to see you sometime soon, man. Yeah, the enemy spawns, but I'm so stocked up on bandages and bullets. And I've been doing a money glitch. Definitely been glitching the coupons. Might make a video on that. I like my money glitch videos. So that's a little bit about my thoughts on Stalker 2. Recommended. There's nothing really like it out there in that open world. It's interesting. People call it horror. I don't really find much scary about it. Like, it's kind of cozy and immersive more than anything. There's a couple spooky parts, but nothing absolutely scary by any means. I wouldn't think so anyway. What else do we have? That's really all I had on my agenda to go over. I wanted to give this a try. You know, if I do an episode 2, wouldn't mind chatting with some people on it. Because hearing me just yap on for like an hour would get kind of boring. Anything y'all want to talk about? Just don't go full Sterling? What do you mean, Vincent? I need a haircut. It's getting wild. I don't know what you mean, Luke. I might have screamed. Now I know what to expect, though. But it's like not in the same way something like Phasmophobia. Like the jump scares get me going like wild. Oh, I do have something else to go over. So it's interesting. You know, people love Grummz. If I go to my notifications here. Let's go to this one. Yeah, this guy. Whoever this guy is. Started saying, like, my videos on Grummz were lies. And I'm like, tell me more. He got pretty quiet. Don't know what yeah, he's got a personality. Yeah, I told him to show some evidence, and did he just delete everything? I don't know. He's like, this dude is back at it again. Stop continuing on about the game, blah, blah, blah. It clearly shows he supported the game, even from the evidence. I'm like, there's some lofty claims. Cross in bio. What gaming company is doing worse than robbing $600K from a people not working on their demo? Yeah, I quit the conversation with that. I just don't know where it went. Wait, if I go to my posts. Oh yeah, he's like, said he saw my video before, disproved it. And what did he say to that? Look at these. Who subscribes to, like, women being awful? Who says, boy, I love this degradation of women and so much I want to give them money each month? I mean, well, you know this guy does. So I'm like, this video all bullshit. And he's like, 2 of your people actively lied in your replies. I'm like, 2 of my people actively lied in the replies. Keep on task. What are you talking about? Who the fuck lied in the replies? What does that have to do with the video you're saying that you watched and was wrong? Just goalpost on goalpost. Man, it's almost like a religion. It's wild. It's wild. But yeah, I'll probably wrap it up. This is my first kind of trial run. It was a good time. Again, I like to talk to some other people on it, bounce some things off. So if it's something y'all are interested in, and I'll stick around for a few minutes. I'm not in a big rush. Where do I gotta go? I got nothing to do. Turn my camera off for a second though. But yeah, what we got upcoming is I'm working on a Grummz video. It's a 3-month follow-up. Grummz said it was going to be a big 3 months for Ember. Got to make sure to actually follow up on that, on what actually did happen. What about yourselves in the chat? What do you got planned? You playing some games? Maybe I'll stream some Stalker. You need some more Gooncast in your life? Well, one thing that delayed me, my dog, he was like acting up. So we have these things called licky mats. And they're like little mats you can put like peanut butter on. And it'll keep the dogs occupied. I had him in here eating it. But it sounded like gooning. Like, I'm serious. This dog was just like... I didn't want that going on during the stream. Oh, yeah, I saw you logged in there earlier, Luke. Back in DRB, little Red M. Should get old Cornelius back. Cornelius might be dead. I don't know. But yeah, I'll have to do some more Gooncast. Gooncasting. Don't know if I should change the title of it. I think Gooncast is pretty funny because, well, it's quite a bit who we'll cover. But I do like kind of pulling up different types of things that I find interesting. You know, you can call it news, you can call it whatever. I guess news is whatever someone makes it. Just because a major organization reports on it or whatever doesn't mean it's any more legitimate or less legitimate. It's all just perspectives. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, Cornelius might be gone. I don't know if his executive status is still there, but man, we had some fun on DRB, Luke. God, the first time we were really playing around with it. The robberies. That's a Red M. The Yora Fellows response to the Cellar Blade CEO said was literally just, Oh, yeah, that guy's, like, nuts. I mean, what does he want it to be signed in blood? They must offer their firstborn for us to believe this. They're like, Sony made them censor Stellar Blade. And they're like, what's the evidence of that? Well, there isn't. I feel it. It's a feeling. That's about it. That's about it. I've got a clip. That's still on my Twitch, Luke. I think. Is it? Wait. No, it was one where I got into an accident with some people, wrecked the wagon, and then ran off. I don't know if you were with me that time or not. I can't recall if it's on there or not. Hey, Carlos, how you doing, man? Happy Monday to you. Just turned off my cam for a little bit so I could take my, show my navel a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Gotta air it out. JK. Okay, nice. Oh yeah, that stuff's fun. That was a different time. It could still happen again, though. It could still happen again. I've been playing Crime Boss Rockay City a lot. And hot take, so much better than Payday 3. Just for the fact that it has a single-player campaign. Has all these 90s celebrities like Chuck Norris and Michael Madsen and a bunch of other people. Danny Glover, Vanilla Ice. Really funny shit. And it's a decent, super replayable campaign. Smash JT? Oh, let's have some fun while we're here. Hold on. Blocked. No, I'm not. This will go well. Hold on. I'm not going to reply. Imagine having real opinions. Let's just do that. Anyone we could really rile up, though? No, that's mean. I shouldn't be thinking like that. Grummz has yet to talk about Stellar Blade in his game. Yeah, I don't even know if he played it. I've not played it. I might down the road. It didn't super appeal to me. Like, nothing against it. I'm not like, oh my god, I can't believe people are liking that long-legged Korean lady. Like, cool, if people enjoy it, but it didn't really kind of, like, call out to me by any means. I don't know. Like, it looked like a decent third-person action adventure game. Same with Black Myth, though. Like, it didn't really super appeal to me. I'm not saying they're bad games by any means, but just wasn't my thing. Wasn't my thing this year. The games I really enjoyed. Indica, The Thaumaturge, Love and Stalker. I played Max Payne 1, 2, and 3 like a couple times, I think. Yeah, it's a good game, is it? Oh yeah, man! I invited. Go crazy. And you know, I'm a pretty smart dude. I can handle most of that, and I can be pretty salty to back. Every time you see something tweet, you think to yourself, "Don't get yourself into some shit." People are crazy. Absolutely, they're crazy. But I got a good way with words. I got a decent way with words, I think. I don't know if anyone's going to pay attention to that. Probably not. But, you know, sometimes I've got a pretty heavy block list now. Don't want me... Nah, I don't really want to get doxxed either, but, meh. Like, I'd like to avoid it. But I really haven't had too many problems this far. And you know, I've got... Yeah, it's nothing I'm really too worried about. It's the price I pay. It's the price I pay. But, you know, it makes me happy that people are interested in things that I want to say. Like, I'm pleased with that. You're not getting anything on PS5 in the moment? Yeah, I have not been messing around with PlayStation at all. Mainly Xbox and PC. Like, Game Pass is great. Like, I'm glad I'm playing Stalker through Game Pass. All sorts of other games I've jumped on through that. Just choking here. Sorry. We're good. But yeah, like subscription services, mixed feelings. I love owning games, don't get me wrong. But there's games that I'll just play through once and be like, cool, that was fun. I don't really need to own this. Honestly, Goro, you're right. Like, most of my content, I've made hundreds of videos. Most of them are about Red Dead Redemption. I enjoy politics. I find it's an interesting topic to talk about with the appropriate level of nuance. Yeah, it's worth it, Vincent. On PC's really good value, actually. But I'm not here being like, to tell people their opinions are super wrong or anything like that, but I like some good discourse around it. And sometimes you gotta be a little mouthy to get that. Like, you know, there could be an argument, I thought about this, like, why aren't I calling out... Because I do think there's absurdity on multiple sides, on extreme right, extreme left. The difference is, I'm not gonna call out people that are already having a hard time. Like, who are already getting shit on. What's good of that? Like, No, don't need any of that. And I don't see, like, I see a lot of the things that bother me on the extreme left side is, like, I saw a message to AndyPants and someone was like, kill yourself. And I'm like, I don't love that. Like, you know what I mean? Honestly, Luke, but we can have different politics on certain things and talk about me, you, and Omega have had some great chats. If buying ain't owning, pirating ain't stealing. Yeah, that's a good point. And it's like, see, not a fan of that. So, you know, people are complex. To bucket them into political ideologies is sometimes the easiest thing to do. But what I see on YouTube is a lot of performative. It's performative. Like, I don't buy that a lot of these anti-woke creators really buy a lot of the things that they say. They may have convinced themselves because they have to make content about it. But that's all it is. But I am convinced people on the left are stronger in a lot of cases on their convictions about it. At least from a content standpoint. The thing is, there's a lot less anti-woke YouTubing is good money. People make mad cash. Why wouldn't they keep doing it? For myself, I just couldn't convince myself to be like, the blacks are taking over. Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. The gay agenda is coming for you. Like, with a level of sincerity, I just couldn't convince myself. Like, imagine, like, they're coming for your jobs and your games and your women. Like, because they have to create this panic, right? Like, they want to take these games from you. They want to do this. They want to take what you have. And the thing is, I'm not fully white either, so I couldn't really say it with conviction. I'm half Lebanese. They want to take half of my stuff. Like, imagine. And it resonates with a lot of people because they feel like that. And it can be a little, like, jarring to be like, do y'all really feel like that? But, you know, some people do. Exactly, man. Because people can have, like, left, right. It's all about conversations. When you start, like, marginalizing and diminishing people, that's when I don't like it with people. And you don't do any of that. You have this. That's what politics should be. You know, the hell with what's his face? Not Cheney, McCain, but him and Obama's campaign was so respectful. One thing I noticed about the VP debate, both those guys, J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, had an incredibly respectful debate, which felt like such a contrast from like Trump's debates with Biden and Harris, which is not like they were super unprofessional, but they felt more like shows. But then we, you know, felt like we were hearing from two people who genuinely wanted to make America better. They have different routes to get there, but at least I left that debate thinking that, you know, they felt like two adults talking, and I was surprised. America, though, man, you're in for a wild ride, I think. I think you're in for a wild ride. Good luck. You got this. I believe in you. USA. I'm Canadian, by the way. But yeah, this is where I'll wrap it up for the night. We spent an hour together. I like to do it a little bit longer next time, but I'm going to put out some posts. Luke, maybe we'll have a chat sometime on this. And maybe get some other people on here as well. It was a good time. If you enjoyed it, let me know. I enjoyed chatting with you folks. I like doing this. Thank you so much. And, you know, you can chat with me on Twitter. I'll probably play some Stalker tonight. Maybe I'll be back. Oh, yeah, they will be wild here next year. But it's been a pleasure. Have a good one, folks. Bye-bye.